Today we're going to design and prepare to cut our Notepad pencil holder on a CNC mill. In AutoCAD Inventor, we're going to take and begin with a new standard IPT. We're going to start with a 2D sketch on the XY plane. I'm going to click Front in the World View Cube, and I'm going to begin with a rectangle beginning at my origin. When I get a green dot, I'm going to click, stretch out a rectangle to the upper right hand quadrant. My workpiece is going to be 8 inches wide. Press the Tab key, and 4 inches tall. Press the Enter key. Next, I'm going to take and finish sketch and go home. I want to extrude, and I want to extrude going direction 2 right here, and I want to make this a distance of 0.75 inches. Click OK. Next, we're going to create a rectangle which is going to end up as a square for our notepad holder. So I'm going to start with a 2D sketch. Click my front view, go home. I'm going to begin with my rectangle tool. When I come down to my bottom of my rectangle, when that line turns red, I'm going to click. I'm going to stretch out a rectangle. This rectangle is going to be 3.188 inches wide and 3.188 inches tall. Press Enter on the keyboard. Press the Escape key. Next, I want to move this rectangle over to the side, so I need to dimension that. I'm going to click Dimension tool. I'm going to select the left hand side of my rectangle and the left hand side of my workpiece. Bring this dimension down. This is going to be 1/4 of an inch, 0.25. I'm going to enter in for a dimension and select the green check mark. Next, I'm going to take and fillet these corners in the upper right hand and upper left hand corner. I'm going to use my fillet tool. I'm going to change my fillet distance from 0.125 to 0.188, and I'm going to click my left hand line and my top line. I'm going to click my top line and my right hand line, and then I'm going to X out this fillet menu. Green check mark to finish sketch. I'm going to extrude. If this area doesn't automatically select, you have to click this surface right here and it'll select for you. Now this I do not want to join, I want to cut, so I'm going to choose my Cut tab button right here, and I want to cut a distance of 0.188 and select OK. Next, I need a slot for my pencil to get held in, so I'm going to take a 2D sketch, place it on my front view, go home. I'm going to begin with the rectangle tool, and I'm going to take my rectangle tool and draw a rectangle. This is going to be 7.5 inches long. Press the Tab key, and it's going to be 0.43 inches tall. Press Enter on the keyboard. Next, I need to take and locate this rectangle from the edge and to the top. So I'm going to take and press the Escape key, select my Dimension tool. I want to dimension from the left hand side of this rectangle to the left hand edge of my workpiece. This is going to be 1/4 inch, 0.25, green check mark. And I'm going to dimension again from the bottom of my rectangle to the bottom of my workpiece. This dimension is going to be 3.375 or 3 3/8 of an inch, green check mark. And next, I'd like to fillet these corners here as well. I'm going to choose my fillet tool, distance of 0.188. I'm going to choose my 2 corner lines on the right and my 2 corner lines on the left. Once I have those selected, I'm going to X out this menu, and I'm going to go up to my right hand corner, finish sketch, big green check mark. I'm going to take and extrude. Once again, if this area does not highlight and automatically select for you, you're going to have to click that when it turns red. And I want this to cut as well, and a distance of 0.188 inches. And select OK. Now that our part is done, we're going to go up to the orange capital letter I. We're going to Save As. Make sure this is going into your H drive. And for your file name, you're going to type in your name and Notepad. Click Save. Now that we have it saved, we're going to move on to our toolpaths to cut. I'm going to select my Cam tab from the top menu, and I'm going to click the Setup folder. These tools work top to bottom and left to right is how we work these menus. The first thing I want to do in my Setup tab is I want to choose my origin and change it from stock box point to model origin. I'm going to come over and I'm going to choose my stock setup, and here I want to change the height of mine from 1 to 0.75. Next, I'm going to come across to my post process, and my program comment I'm going to enter in as my last name and Notepad. And then at the bottom I'm going to click OK. Next I'm going to run my toolpath. So I'm going to come up here to 2D milling. I'm going to select 2D pocket. Once again, we're going top to bottom on these menus and left to right in the tabs. So the first thing I want to do is choose my tool. And over here on the left hand side of my tool menu, I'm going to take and find Sample Tools Inch. We have an 1/8 inch end mill in our CNC mill, so we're going to take and click, and I'm going to scroll down until I can find my 1/8 inch flat end mills. There are 6 of them listed here. I want the 1, 2, 3rd 1/8 inch flat end mill listed, and click Set. Then I'm going to go and select my geometry. So I'm going to click my geometry tab, and I want the bottom area of this pocket for the Notepad, the bottom area of this pocket for the pencil. I'm going to move over and select my heights, so I'm going to select my heights tab. Here I want to change my clearance height from retract height to stock top. My retract height, I'm going to open up this menu and I'm going to change the offset distance from 0.2 to 0.4. And my feed height, I'm going to change from top height to stock top. Next I want to choose my passes. Passes tab. In here where it says stock to leave, I want to unselect this box. Next I'm going to go to my linking parameters tab. Here I'm going to deselect or uncheck lead in. I'm going to deselect or uncheck lead out. And my entry style for my ramp, I'm going to change from helix to plunge. After I have those selected and this menu looks good, I'm going to click OK. That's going to generate my toolpaths. I can come up here to the top, click Simulate, and when I click Play, it's going to show how the CNC mill is actually going to cut my part. After this is done playing, click Close right here, and then I'm going to come up to the top and click Post Process. I want to choose my post processor from this menu. I want to make sure I'm choosing the one that is 7437_RS274. That's what I want. If it doesn't automatically come up, click on this menu in order to find and select it. I also want to make sure this is going to my H drive. Click on this button right here and select your H drive from the menu. And then I'm going to click Program Comment, and I'm going to type in my name and Notepad for the program comment and select Post. This is going to go automatically to your H drive. We're going to enter in a file name. This is your first or your name and Notepad, and select Save. This here is your G-code, which is your X, Y, Z coordinates that the CNC mill is going to take in order to cut your part. When this shows up, we're going to X out in the upper right hand corner, and then we're going to go up to the orange capital letter I and save. After you finish that, you're going to X out of Inventor, go to a computer that has the green CNC mill listed above it, and we're going to go log on and get to the desktop, and we want to choose the CNC mill icon from the desktop. Click to launch, and I want to go to Translate Execute. I want to go to my H drive, and I want to find my part. It should be the one that says your name and Notepad, and select open. Click OK to use default settings, and then I want to click preview. Press the letter F on the keyboard, and then you're going to stop here, go get your teacher, and they're going to take a look at your work before you are allowed to cut your part. Great job getting this far. Next step is getting your teacher and cutting your part.